Good morning, everybody. Morgan SLV here. Let's get into the metals real quick. Gold 1371.60, silver 24.40, still holding strong. Today's date is 10/18/2010. Hey, I'm going to go over a little bit about foreclosures right now because so many of my friends and family have gone through this, this vicious time of their lives, and I've got some other stuff here that I find kind of alarming. One of the guys that I was watching on, I think it was on Fast Money, says you need to watch your balance when you make up these payments. In other words, let's say you get behind. Let's say you're 180 days behind or 6 months behind or whatever, and you send them a lump sum like a friend of mine just did. You need to watch your balance. What's happening is these loans have been sold, bought, packaged, resold over and over and over, and what is happening is their accounting a lot of times is either wrong or fraudulent. So you need to actually really pay attention to what you got going on. One family in particular put down $100,000 into their property after they had gotten late. In the period of about 4 days, the accounting got screwed up. I think they're doing it on purpose, but her balance actually went up by $25,000. When she asked for the accounting, they sent her a foreclosure notice. While they were gone shopping, somebody came in, changed the locks on their home, and they were out on the street. But they're fighting back. They actually broke back into the house, rechanged the locks, and moved back in. And they have a really good lawyer. So you got to watch for wacky accounting. Banks are victimizing people all across this country. One of the things that they're counting on is your fear, and in any sad story, there's always a winner, right? So a lot of these properties are being scooped up, and I'm not positive. I don't think that's all the way played out yet. I don't think it's made the news yet. It's not all over the all over YouTube yet on exactly what's going on. But there's always a winner and a loser, right? And the public just keeps coming up. Seems to keep coming up the loser. It's kind of a shame. As far as the properties go, anything sold, I'm going to read this, what I've got written down here. Anything sold before the after the 1980s, any piece of property bought, sold, or refied, if you try to research who actually owns the originating loan or documents or what is attached to your home, it's nearly impossible to find that out. As the speaker said, he said no one knows who owns your property if you've had any transactions after the 1980s, unless you've had it like paid off and it's went from family member to family member. And I find that kind of alarming because, as you guys know, I plan to my precious metals pop. I plan to go ahead and grab some homes, and I'm going to have to really research. They claim that the title companies are supposed to be responsible for that, but if I'm going to be laying out all this cash, I don't want to find out 2 years down the road that I don't actually own the properties. That's scary to me. I'm going to have to figure something out there. If any of you guys have any information on that kind of stuff, please comment so that we can share that. As far as this debacle, we're talking $45.5 trillion. That's with a T. Roughly twice the size of the U.S. stock market. I believe that the foreclosures in the U.S. are going to bring the banks down. They're going to finish what got started in 2008. They're just going to finish them off. I've been told it's about 60% of the banks across the U.S. are on life support right now, and it's probably more than that. So the bottom line is I'm looking for this thing to unravel further. I am very alarmed at the fact that they're having trouble figuring out who owns the properties, who ultimately owns your deed for your house. That's kind of a scary deal. I mean, what if you won the lottery and you paid your house off, and then 2 years from now the bank says you don't own it? Because it sounds to me like that's a possibility. Keep studying, everybody. Da Vinci, J15, Maloney, Silver Futurist. Crack those books. Get your precious metals in order. I was watching Inflation Nation the other day, and he was saying we haven't even scratched the surface yet, and that guy's a pretty sharp dude. Once again, it's Inflation Nation. Check him out. Morgan SLV out.